I saw the Trump thing. Thought he decided different.
The what?
Trump deal.
Oh.
Oh, God.
It's not the most humiliating thing he's ever done.
I
There's this
know
thing
he
he did in
did.
Atlantic City, dancing with chickens, and he was doing
He
his stupid
though,
dance. Oh, that was just plain humiliating.
He totally lost it.
Oh, he's always been that way. He hadn't lost it. That's him.
I didn't know all
Oh
this.
yeah, years ago he did a stupid ass commercial for the casino that was just plain fucking stupid. So I mean, he just there's no link he can stoop to hawk some goods.
It's just terrible. He's the president. He was. I can't believe it.
Shows the world what America's all about now.
She was able to work. She did work sporadically, and because of
Why do you think you want something else on the table? Yes, you want something else that I can't. I know, but I can't do nothing else. You want something quick that you need to. No. No, she's in downtown. No. That's okay. Just take it down. No, because see that. It's all. I'm tired, yeah. I'm tired, yeah. So my hair's flying. It feels like it's.
It's not particularly relevant. She put her son in school. Her son was in football, and he was doing everything that he could do. And then when she moved into the rental home, she decided that now he's too sick. She has to go and pick him up. She couldn't work. So that's why. But she was given a job, and she was going to be able to pay just the utilities as we had set it up. She says she paid the utilities, the electric and the cable. What she said was there was already a substantial outstanding water bill when she moved onto the property. But I have no understanding of where you think she's responsible for a water bill that accrued prior to her living there. Well, if she was to come down and pay rent for the house that she was living in, that would have been $750 a month. But I did not ask her for rent. I just asked her to pay utilities. Well, and the utilities is gas, water, and... Fine. Let us assume that I agree with you that utilities should have included water. I still don't see where you think she's responsible for the $2,500 of water that she did not use prior to her moving into the house. Because it could not come out of my name, so that's why she made the arrangements that she would pay it versus paying anything else. Not happening. What do you want? The agreement was for her to pay $300 in rent. She did not. Just a second. That's not what you told me. She wasn't paying rent. She was paying the rent in lieu of rent. Just a second. Closed captioning sponsored by. Closed captioning is provided by. To severe eczema. It doesn't care if you have a date.
See, if I start doing that, I start getting tired.
Make your move.
Yes.
Get out in front of eczema with steroid-free Sabinco. Not an injection. Sabinco is a once-daily pill for adults who didn't respond to previous treatments. And it's proven to help provide clearer skin and relieve itch fast. Sabinco continuously treats eczema whether you're flary or not. Sabinco can lower your ability, including TB, before and during treatment.
Oh, God, yes.
Tell your doctor if you've had
He wants to play in the pen for a minute.
Do not take with medicines that prevent blood clots, serious, sometimes fatal infections, lymphoma, lung, skin, and other cancers. Serious
It's all
events
good.
and blood clots can happen. People that
But
fail
you
to
never
resolve
on
disease
because I
risk
say a lot
increased
instead of
risk of
say
serious
wait.
heart-related events or deaths with JAK inhibitors.
It don't matter. I'm just saying you want to protect her. I try to get it out. I can't totally say something.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. If you still have symptoms of moderate to severe rheumatoid arthritis or active psoriatic arthritis after a TNF blocker like Humira or Enbrel, Rinvoq is different and may help. Stand up to your symptoms with Rinvoq. Revoke is a once-daily pill that tackles pain, stiffness, swelling. For some, Revoke significantly reduces RA and PSA fatigue. It can stop further irreversible joint damage, and Revoke can leave skin clear or almost clear in PSA. That's Revoke relief.
Oh,
Your ability to fight infections, including TB, serious infections, and blood clots. Some people can lymphoma and skin cancer, death, heart attack, stroke, and tears in the stomach or intestines occurred. People 50 and older with at least one heart disease risk factor have higher risks.
where is she though? Back in there he wants to go. Do you want? I know one. With a little piece of the treat, and she should have some puppy treats. But we hadn't been Christmas shopping for that because we need a lamp too, and you're tired like me, and you're trying to put it all in one day. You can't do that. Yes, I'll get her. This is how you do it. Oh, you need a kiss? We need sugar. We need sugar, honey. Oh, sorry, it's her nails they're done. Plus, she's thinking about getting and running. That's how she wants to play right now. Let me put her in the tree is secret. Because I don't have puppy treats. Yeah. That's baby. That's a baby boy. Jesus. She's baby. Right. Yeah, and I go get another one. You just call it on move. And you know she might bark here in a minute. But it's all good. This is where we see the TV is it bother me. First you just go get it. A piece of one because I don't have to find one.
The comfort of Lazyboy furniture, this is more than just a room. Sometimes it's a nursery, a playground, or a holiday backdrop. A lot of life happens here. Why not live it comfortably? Lazyboy. Live life comfortably.
Are you in a family dispute? Go to JudgeJudy.com. Like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. You called her for the water bill for the time you lived in the house. If that's what the arrangement was for utilities, not the $2,500 that she owed before you moved in. It's one separate bill, and you're not following me. I said to you, what was the bill before she moved in? You said it was $2,500. You have any proof of that? Fine, so just show me what it was. In September of 2013. How much was the water bill? Oh, I didn't bring that. I just put the final bill. Because, like I said, she was the final bill. Because it's all inclusive. And when she couldn't move it in, I'm done here. I've repeated it. I've said to you 4 times. She says the utilities included electric and cable.
Oh.
When we have utilities on electric and cable.
Hey. It's a little one, honey. They all got one.
Was a utility, she has to pay the water. She doesn't pay for the water before she moves in.
That's so funny. Just enough right there. And then you just slowly don't see me for a few minutes. I thought I knew everything. Not just, oh. Hey.
Your Lobos are 10-0 for the first time in a long time. Your legendary coach of the dad is coming to take you on in the pit. Game or storyline? It's a big one. What it's doing to the Lobo fandom with just days before tip-off. Families went through tragedies over the Thanksgiving holiday. Now Albuquerque police are trying to avoid a repeat this Christmas.
like family. Let my team of legal professionals arrange everything for you during your difficult time. We pride ourselves on getting our clients maximum compensation. If you've been seriously injured for a long time today,
You never know what kind of nut is going to be up there.
breaking dog owner ignores a mess.
Mr. Shuri looks like he's on his phone. Writing a sign that says pick up after your dog.
Decided to make a stick.
You went up to him and said, why didn't you pick up after your dog?
Yes, ma'am.
What did he say?
What is it to you? I got Jenny as I handed him the bag. Judge Judy. You are about to enter the courtroom of Judge Judith Shirley. This is Judge Judy. John Heffler is suing his neighbor, Michael Shirley, for medical bills, lost wages, and pain and suffering as the result of a dog bite. All rise. This case was subject to Heffler versus Shirley.
Thank you.
Sworn in, you may be seated. Have a seat.
The defendant's dog bit you. There's no question that the defendant's dog bit you. The defendant acknowledges that his dog bit you, but the defendant said that it was your fault.
That is absolutely true.
And what I gather, Mr. Shorey, is that you were walking your dog in your
Oh.
Common area within the condominium. Correct.
and the two of you live in a condominium,
Correct. Yes.
so you know each other.
Now,
How long have you lived there?
13 years.
How long have you lived there, Mr.
14 years.
And how large a place is this? How many units?
260 units.
So after 13 or 14 years, you've never seen him before?
I've seen him in my Greenbelt area walking his dog.
Explain to me what a greenbelt area is. That's a common area.
I do have a picture that kind of describes the area.
I'd like to see it. So you've seen him before.
Yes, ma'am.
You've never spoken to him.
No.
With his dog.
Correct. Here, I do have a picture of him and his wife and the dog back there before.
You mean prior to October 8th?
Correct.
So prior to October 8th, the day that you were bitten by his dog, you were taking photographs of him.
Yes.
I'd like to see them. So these photographs were taken, looks like on the same day because everybody's wearing the same clothes.
No, man, that was a different day. All those pictures, yes, those were all the same day.
They're all the same dates,
Yes.
unless you don't change your clothes regularly. And the lady in the blue shirt,
ID shows. That's my wife, yes.
so you were out walking the dog with your wife.
On that day, not on the day in question.
I understand. So, Mr. Heffler, what prompted you to take a picture of the defendant on this date?
Your Honor, with this brief, we have people that were irresponsible, disrespectful homeowners or dog owners that walk their dogs out there and feel it's not necessary for their dogs to relieve themselves
To pick up
and
that
just pick up after the
pick
dog.
up that pen. There's clearly a sign there, but there's a particular reason that you took a picture of the defendant. Remember what month it was that you took a picture of the defendant?
I don't remember. That was probably a year before.
A year before.
Yes, year before.
Okay. And this is the only picture you took of him.
At that time.
And you kept this picture for a year. On this date, did you take the picture because you noticed that the defendant had been picked up after his dog? He was just there with his wife and you took a picture of him because there's nothing that indicates to me in any of these pictures that he wasn't acting responsibly.
The reason I took that picture that day is one, because anytime someone comes back there, I try to take a picture of the palm that particular day. They decided to bring the dog over there and to calm him out. So they were just letting the fur fly all over the backyard. And I said, okay, this is good.
Common area on a day when you really can't be out there.
Correct.
You live like that.
Yes,
So now we come to October the 8th.
yes, ma'am.
Let's hear what happened.
October 8th, 2015, I heard the dogs barking. They let people out there. So because of the circumstances, I go upstairs and I see who's back there this particular day. Mr. Short and his German Shepherd and all the
Hey. Hey.
So now what do you do?
So I see this. I run downstairs and I don't know
Oh.
Exactly what happened. There are no questions here. You don't want to know anything. You know exactly what happened. What happened was you had an inconsiderate neighbor who allowed his large dog to use common property as a toilet. And despite the fact that he's supposed to be responsible, he didn't pick up after his dog. That's what happened. Irresponsible, not a good citizen, not a good neighbor, all of those things. So the question is, what do you do?
I asked him why he didn't pick it
You
up.
go downstairs and ran outside
Yes, ma'am.
up to a man who was on the phone with a large German Shepherd, and you ran up to him and said, "Why didn't you pick up after your dog?"
Yes, ma'am.
And you didn't say that in the same way that I just said it to you, because you've been photographing this guy for a year. So you went downstairs and you were angry. And how far were you from him when you were asking him, "Why don't you pick up after your dog?"
I was actually at the sign, a little bit right at the sign. He was at the end of the condos.
Great. And did he respond to you?
Yes, he did.
What did he say?
What is it to you?
Okay, what's it to you?
Yes, ma'am.
I imagine that that's exactly what you said to him.
No, Your Honor, that's not how. But I'll let him finish his story. And
Well, you can tell me whatever story you like. What I'm telling you is that video told me exactly what happened.
Your Honor,
The video told me exactly what happened. I have 3 dogs. I never.
listen, I'm not saying to you that at that
Don't
moment,
try to talk over me.
I apologize.
I never ever go out.
It was my fault. Yes.
Just a second.
Sure.
It's also your fault, sir, for not grooming your dog in your own house.
And you know what? That picture does not show us grooming his dog.
Yes, it does.
The plaintiff
Just a
here,
second. Yes, it does. It shows your wife.
if that was a year ago, the dog is only 2 years old today. So that picture was not taken a year ago.
I don't care if it was taken 6 months ago. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
Sir, clearly, what this suggests to me is that you don't respect the common area where you live. I'm not saying that what you did was.
No, I understand.
What I'm saying is it's not respectful of your neighbors. I have 3 Shih Tzus, which I have, and I decide that when I want to groom them, I take them out to a common area, to a little green area where there are other houses, and I groom them, and their fur is flying all over the place. My neighbors would look at me and say to me, "You know what? Groom the dog in your own house and then vacuum up in your own house after the dog hair."
Your Honor, if I may, I respect where you're coming from, but I respectfully disagree with where you're coming from. We would not go and disrespect our neighborhood. We've lived there for 14 years as well. So this common area that we're talking about borders along the 405 freeway and a parking lot
And houses.
and houses where most people come and walk their dogs, play their dogs, and groom their dogs. We groom the dog, pick up the fur, and bring it home. On that day, I admit to you, I was doing business on the phone, was not paying attention, dog, and I realized I didn't have a bag.
No, you didn't even look.
No, I didn't, because you don't see cats.
No, you didn't even look up from your phone.
And that's why the dog was committed, Your Honor.
Just a second. You didn't even. It doesn't matter.
I did, I wasn't going to be able to stop the dog at that point. So no, you're right. You're right. I did not have
You're
a bag.
trying to talk over me. What I'm telling you is, I watched the video. Sometimes, maybe it could happen that you can walk outside and say, "Well, my dog just doesn't have to do serious business, so I can take the dog out." But if what you're telling me is you were doing business on the phone and took your dog out, and then you went to check your pockets, "Oh, I don't have a bag." But that's not what the video showed, Mr. Shorey. The video showed you standing there while your dog relieved himself. Didn't even look up from the phone. Didn't put your other hand in a pocket. Didn't do anything. Just walked away. And there's a reason. I'm not saying what he did was smart. What you did was you got checking.
to go to a furniture place. We got a deal. No, listen to me, Chris. I know this is a bunch of money, but I don't like none of that. No. Okay, well, you gotta keep moving because things ain't happening to me. I'm not criticizing you over it if that's where you want to shop. I just don't. Some of them are old looking and they are not going to give you the light you want. And I don't want any desk looking crap with a chandelier. You got to go from the focal point of the room. It's this thing. So everything's got to be some crystal. These two others aren't, but they're expensive. And these are, you just don't, that's not a whole lot of light. None of that is. If you want a lamp for your chair that sits over it at night like that, but that doesn't, it's not pretty. You don't have to, you want bright light when you walk in here. So all those have like a dome. Remember like Corey's? The twisted one? But you gotta start keep looking because or over your computer. No. It's almost the whole room. Just that ain't gonna work. Yeah. I mean, just go and watch it though. Yeah, like I said, I think how you learn to do sort of creative kitchen. You get the same way as you pay attention. You didn't pay attention when they have to hurt you watch it. And I was good.
That lunch, you get anything to eat. I don't
I'm
know.
gonna get some budget food and take it tomorrow, like Halloween, and get some extra stuff and see.
No,
ask
every
them.
time I try to, I don't know what she gets.
No, I'll watch.
Yeah, the dog,
But between,
It's just-
I mean,
wanting to.
if they're both in there, I'll make sure that they don't eat each other,
It's just-
and then put her in the pen. This is how I do that.
You.
Mm,
Oh, man, these scraps for dinner.
yeah.
It's sweet. Scraps for dinner. Leftovers. Don't.
No.
They throw them in the dumpster after they're done with them, and then people go get them out. For me, Yeah, pizza. Yeah, good pizza. Put a pepperoni with pineapple on it. Mm. Yeah, changing the channel now. You're bozing me like you want me to get the fuck out of, you know. Huh?
He's funny. He's looking at the lamps.
Mm.
We were Jim laughing about her on his chest. It's fun. It feels better, I think. But we're trying to find he wants the lights. And I told him I wanted to match with those, but it wants some more light
Okay,
in the corner. So I said,
there
"Did
you
you
go.
start looking?" That would be a nice lamp for a dad. It's gonna be a few years in the keyboard a lot.
I had a log counter in my kitchen at the town lodge, and that's where I had people come in, and I would do my business right there on my counter in my kitchen.
Right?
And I came across a 1950s desk lamp, fluorescent,
Uh-huh.
and
I like
I
the
used
desk.
that. I put it right there. And
Like
I, would
the
always, I
green?
had it on all the time so I could see exactly what I was doing. And I
I
liked it.
remember that was there's a green one that
It wasn't metal. It wasn't all metal. It must. It was probably the 60s because it was a lot of it was plastic, I think. But
that's
it
cool.
made a little hum when I turned it on. But
That's
it was because it was old that I used it.
Oh, well, hell yeah. That's the stuff that I told you Mary's sister for that painted this. When I saw her house yesterday, that all her mom's retro 60 lamps, remember the one your mom? I'm not sure who it is, but had the clock. It had the
Yeah,
so
the
it's
like
it's
starburst type thing on
Yes.
it. I have a picture of that.
Yeah. So I knew it probably came from your house. But she has a lot of retro that her mother had that she's put in that's what she's done. And I love
Yeah,
that.
there's a lot of that stuff that I don't know what happened to it.
I think if you could pull it off like
I remember the curtains we had. They were kind of late 50s space age retro. They just had these designs on them that I liked.
yeah, some cool stuff.
Yeah, where they had a cool pattern. Mama liked modern.
Oh yeah. That's why too. It's so cool because when I think about my mother talking about their friendship, besides being her bridesmaid, I wonder how deep they really talked because when she said they'd have to sit in the den, because she would just open up like my
See,
mother.
those are the kinds of things you never know when you lose a parent. I don't remember how Mama interacted with anybody.
Yeah.
I never saw her interacting with her mother. I never saw her, I remember her getting upset with me or with Sarah, or I don't know. I don't ever remember her getting mad at Debbie, but I don't know how she and Dad interacted on a normal basis.
That's how my mother said
That's what you miss. That's what you miss out.
Yeah, but
Because you didn't know them.
But she would share that stuff with me, but wouldn't say much more. But like I understood that's the way it was. I think it was.
Well, you know what? Most of Mama's friends didn't talk about her. I mean, we were around Joyce Center all the time, and she wasn't bringing up Mama at all. She never did.
But I'm talking about family things, I'm saying that she reached out to my brother probably at a really good time that she needed help. And she told me that, and I thought it was way cool. And no telling how much fun they had,
Yeah, well,
That's
Mama
how
drank. So
my mother didn't care.
yeah, I know. Well, I know Margaret
I'm
didn't
sure
care,
probably
but see, Margaret
She
wasn't a party gal like Mama
but
was.
she said that was always
When we lived one house
misinterpreted.
down from you, Mama was newly single, and she was going out every freaking night with a different person.
But see, like my mother go off to California.
Always dressed up as hell.
That's where my mother would go to California, and she said, "You never knew that I went to cocktail places that were nice.
Mhm.
It had Tesla's misinterpretation of her.
One thing I can tell you, Fred told me these nightclubs that you see in the movies, they never existed.
Well, she just.
I said, I always, he said, nobody went to nightclubs that looked like that. Okay.
Or hers was
So,
it was a menu of a place that had a piano that was a
I
restaurant.
saw it. It's in her scrapbook.
But I mean, that's kind of what she did for a few years. And I didn't realize that she would even travel hard. She was so into Shell, and that's all she told me much about it. But
There's a lot of things that people do that they consider mundane that other people might be interested in, but they don't talk about it.
well, to me,
I never, yeah. I mean, Dad would talk sometimes. I mean, I looked at a lot of pictures of his Army days
yeah,
and, him camped out in the Colorado mountains with up tents and doing exercises. But I mean, Dad, during the Korean War, he was in Colorado Springs.
mm-hmm.
So, he wasn't that far from home. And,
Right.
And
I imagine that was a great place at that
well,
time.
he made it up to the rank of Sergeant First Class. And he told me, he said, you want to know what the main job of Sergeant First Class is? And I said, no, what? He said, to shoot deserters. I said, what? Huh?
Yeah.
Huh? You want the little TV on now? You want the baby?
She needs to sleep.
She is sleeping.
Oh, well, that's it.
Yeah. I wonder when
I've
I'm
got
gonna
my
have
little
my
tree down there,
I'll
by
leave
the
them.
chair, George.
Huh?
The little tree that I have there.
Uh-huh.
That anyway, I think it's broken. I mean, it quit. Do they just go out?
I don't know.
Well, I keep.
Are you
claiming
talking
that
about the ones that get the flowers on
the
them?
one that was on the stool that I had
Oh, it probably.
pooped out?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I mean, I'm trying
Well,
to
see,
adapt
I'm
her.
making my way around the yard. I almost thought I was going to put the trash can back over in this yard, but not
You're
yet.
doing all the good. I feel like the
Well,
same
no,
way.
Susie. I mean, it's called George Staying Sane.
It's called what?
George Staying Sane.
Okay, are you looking at your body?
Yeah.
You
It's
wanna
called
be out-
Sanity Has to Return.
Well, look at Snoopy.
Yeah, no, that doesn't do shit for me.
Are you feeling like you need to get out?
No, yeah. Well, during when we had all those appointments and the new dog showed up, well, see, the thing is that while I'm either preparing and waiting for those appointments, I don't do stuff and everything else because it's getting closer and closer and all that. And all sorts of little things that I notice around here that make my life miserable fall out. Yeah, and they're there and they stay there until I'm ready to regroup and get everything perfect again so that I can be happy.
Well, sometimes I've done it all my life.
Well, see that? Well, see, I act on
it. But I understand. I do. If I do 3 hours of standing right now and get up at 5:30 or 6 and start in putting up,
fix the tree. Well, Chris is going to have to go into the living room and show you the new tree that I got. It's cool, but not now. That tree there, it's fixed. That's what it does.
Anyway, I'm just kind of mellowing out, and I know what you're feeling because Chris, as I know, with some of that meeting stuff, you just have to.
Well, we had 4 meetings in 8 days.
Yeah.
So that's like a constant stream of
and
shit.
I feel it.
And I'm not saying you have to or anything else, but having to make sure that Chris is bathed the day before and that he feels good enough to be bathed the day before. And all of that stuff. And then the vacuuming and picking up the dog shit. And since there was humidity in the air, I'll tell you one thing that makes me unhappier than hell is to walk around here smelling dog piss all the time.
Well, we're going to have to get someone to clean it.
Well, I've got my carpet steamer. But see, that was one of the things that I couldn't get around to because of all the visits.
Well, I mean, I understand it just happens.
Uh-huh.
You know, I don't know anyone that doesn't have to do that.
Oh, I
They're
know.
stupid and
I wanted
stuff.
to kill Jody. Their house, their carpet was so nice.
Well,
I mean, but you know what? All I need to do is get the time to do mine. But I mean, the yard, inside.
but
These last 3 weeks are going to be working on the house now.
yes, I agree. And I think of their maintenance. I'm thinking their yard. Their backyard too is just solid, beautiful grass. They don't have
Yeah,
nothing.
there are no trees.
No, and they just have one little
Now
flower
they keep
bed.
all the fucking leaves from blowing around into their yard. I guess the
Because
fence
that metal
does it.
fence is pretty high.
Yeah.
You know, and he's got just that one backed up flower bed. They
Mhm.
don't have nothing. And I thought, does he want that? Maybe some of that of my dad's, those rocking chairs from Avis, because they were
Wow.
expensive. But anyway, I'm saying that maintenance.
Boy, I
is
say Jody could have that whole thing.
I was
Put it
thinking
so
maybe if he wanted it. But anyway, talking about our deal, we got more shit than they do. And this is what you're having to live through. These trees get huge.
Uh-huh.
You know, there's a lot of, I remember
yeah.
hauling limbs and doing shit,
Oh,
but I can't.
know. Well,
But I mean, you shouldn't have to do all.
oh,
we got
you know
that-
what?
Me too, though, George.
It
I can't
doesn't
stand
really
it,
bother
but
me. I'm not mad about the branches or any of that
No,
stuff.
I mean,
I wasn't
I
mad
feel
about anything.
I can't stand it because I can't go out there and fix it all.
Oh, well.
No, but really, you know.
No, because, see, I know I'm going to get around to it.
But I don't expect you to do all of it.
Okay, I know.
I mean,
You know what?
It's not all. You know, I know how you feel.
Okay.
But you're only one person.
Yeah, I think that sometimes. But you know what? On the other hand, I like clean,
Me too.
clean
You're
better
like my
than.
mom.
It's not. In other words, when I'm doing it for myself
Yes.
to get it done, it doesn't. I don't get upset about it. I'm doing it because it's something that needs to get done. I don't live places that aren't perfect. See, I try to make them as perfect as
I
possible.
think most people do.
I mean, the yard, the interior, the whole thing. I like for anybody, even though we hate for people to drop by unannounced and shit like that, I like for everything to always be ready.
Yeah, because you know what? I lived through a time I had to make it when I felt like shit. And it had to be right. And this way, it's done perfect before they come. Because you're sober and it's just slow. We need to do the floors in here. But I think part of it, you can't, you know, there are leaves and shit over here or like.
Oh, hell yeah, man. I like to get out there and bust ass. There were leaves on the ground. I ran the mower in the backyard. I mean, you know, my beautiful patio and fireplace are all blown off, no leaves anywhere. It's all good. But yeah, see, once all these little chores are done,
I
then
feel
I'll be
real
like,
good about everything. And they just
and
kind
then
of,
comes the glass cleaning, see, because I'm gonna have a gallon of fucking Windex in every
That
piece
sounds
of glass in
no,
the entire house.
you gotta listen to me because it's too much like my mother. She would do it all day till it's perfection. Till the
Oh
next
yeah,
morning.
well see, I do the same thing. Every room in this house needs a dusting and a cleaning and a vacuuming and
I saw
every
matter of fact,
room. The chandeliers
right.
need to be cleaned up again. Both of
But we
them,
can
all the
have
display cabinets.
you're
It's,
like me, you're all over the place. If you
well,
want to
see,
do
there's
something.
never a lack of things to do that get done.
But sometimes
And then guess what? By the time spring rolls around, you don't need no spring cleaning. Let's see, I've got all these closets, that are practically in one kind of an order or another where they can be used. So I haven't even started getting closets all set.
Oh, I've been taking out. Matter of fact, I do one at a time in the bathroom. I've got them all done except one on the top.
All right.
Throwing out,
Well,
you know, there's nothing hardly left. But
Well,
because I know what you're saying with organization.
well,
And
see,
I've
all
got-
those comforters will be able to be stacked up to the ceiling in that back heating cabinet.
Right.
Okay.
I got that. And the front one, you know, there's a lot of bed spreads. That's the only two I know that haven't been gone through.
Well,
We're almost got every bathroom in here. And I even took like
so,
2 or 3 soaps.
but
that
see,
were in
that's
there.
what I'm concentrating on for these winter months.
I just want to, you know, kind of mellow out. I feel real
Yeah,
good
we'll
about
see.
it.
I am mellowed out since I did something. Now, I spent the entire last week after Thursday We had a meeting last Thursday. I thought Friday I'd be down.
Yes,
I thought Friday I'd be more relaxed. I wasn't that relaxed on Friday. And then Saturday was better. And then gradually not doing anything for 4 or 5 days, that was ready to stop it. But it's been windy and cold. So
It's all good.
yeah.
I want you to make some macadamia cookies.
I always like to see things moving in a forward direction. No leaves, no that.
Well, I'm gonna make some cookies, but I don't want, I really don't need one. I thought I'd make candy too, but you know, I don't know about that one.
Well, you actually did purchase the motorcycle.
Mm.
Contract with them for a certain price. The price of the motorcycle was $14,000. $14,500. Part of that was supposed to be paid in cash. Part of it was bartered. So far, am I correct?
Yes.
Bartered to the extent that you wanted a kitchen remodel in your house. That's your business. You were going to provide that as the other part of the compensation.
Correct.
And at some point, you also took possession of the motorcycle and made repairs on the motorcycle with a starter kit, because you sued not only for your deposit back, but the cost of the starter kit.
Yes, I did not take possession under the premise of the purchase. I took possession under
You
the.
took possession of it. And if you, Mr. Coates, so far you're not losing, but you're pushing it there. Do you understand? You're pushing it there. I'm telling you, it was a completed contract. You had an offer, you had an acceptance, and you had some consideration. That's a completed contract. You hadn't fully executed on the contract because you didn't build a kitchen for them and you didn't give them the remainder of the money. But if you go in to buy a car into a dealership and if you give them $2,000 and the car is $14,000 and you sign the contract, the car becomes yours, even if you hadn't walked out and sat in the car and driven it. You signed the contract, you had an offer, you had acceptance, in exchange of money, you made a deal. There's no question. I'm telling you what the law is, so that's a contract.
I understand.
Now, the question is whether, since the contract was not fulfilled, are you entitled to your deposit back? And that would depend on two things: whether or not there was in the agreement a statement that the deposit was not refundable under any circumstances, or was it silent with regard to the deposit? Because clearly he didn't build you a kitchen, correct?
Correct.
And clearly you didn't pay them the remainder of the money.
Correct.
So the statement of facts is relatively easy. So now you're going to tell me why the contract was never fully executed by the transfer of the money, kitchen, and bike, which you now have back, correct?
Yes.
Correct.
In my first year at
We
Chris,
struck the
with
deal.
the George went basically went and I taken it
For the
wrong.
next 4 or 5 weeks.
I feel like I'm not reaching out, you know, or doing something. Because he's ahead of me on, you know, something I'm doing. Do you understand what I feel? Is he ahead of the game, honey? He's trying so hard to do too many things. That's kind of how I feel. Something about that. What? What? Huh? Harry? Look up here. Honey, the baby can still get up here too. Well, okay, yes, honey. They're all too flat for me right now. Want me to put her up? It's open. Did you want to? Yeah. She's in the plane. She's gonna be in her bed now. Yeah, Kelly gonna help you tomorrow. Yes. We get back tomorrow. Yes, we do. We get to go back tomorrow. I can't see my. What are the ones that have for these? Yeah. These are double A's, so didn't you get enough of double A's? Yes, they're all flat, babe. I don't want. Is that what you want? Huh? You know where the more double A's are in here. It's okay. Those are water recto. Still hadn't seen it. Do you have any that sits on the table like Yoda lamps? You want to? We don't have any of the other ones.
Huh?
Like I said, it's a few tall
Huh?
ones. Cherry deals. Oh well. Where can I get a new? It's my another pallet cases, like you said, is organized. What are you looking at? That one? Yes. I mean, I don't. It's too bright. You're not gonna have the natural light. That's more for show. Don't you think so? It's not gonna give you reading light like that. You're wanting like that light. That kind of light. Yes, like normal, like that light. You don't want filtered or gold light. To make the room gold, like Corey used to want to do stuff like that. I know, but it's not going to give a natural light. Huh? Let me call Sharon about signing my name. Okay, now where I put the lid? Okay. Did I put the lid to the other one, Chris? Oh, yeah. Where this one should be. Hi, Sir Joe. Sir Joe, how are you? Can you hear me? It's my phone, I can't hear her. Sharon, it's Susie. Can you hear me? Do I need to call you back? I don't know if you're cutting in and out because I'm in the bathroom going through the door, but I just wanted to reach out to you and see how you feel. Sarah, should I call you back? I can't hear you. I'll call you right back. Oh, okay. do that too, you know, doing something and get done free. And I'm not doing, I don't see. I need a little knob on mine to hold it, you know what I mean? I'm sorry, I just was trying to figure out what sounds good. And I, yeah, right? Oh, I know. I had that, a text that one was, called too. I had texted to him, or she had put it on her Facebook, that he passed, now after 3 or 4 days ago. And, just remembering, you know, he was always, I could spot him a mile away when he died. And I'm so sorry, I didn't really know that he was that. And yeah. Oh, what? That's nice. Yeah. Well, you know, it's good, and I think, well, we didn't call yesterday, because I knew you felt bad, and I was worried about it. And Chris had had that crack, and it seems to leave her, and the weeks, another week went by, and I thought I would reach out, and see what I could, I've seen her away with you, and it's been over a year or so, so maybe I told you, but I saw the doctor. All this stuff, constantly, she says, I don't know who you are. And so, I explained, and then he got it, and I really got, I don't know how much he taught to those people, but, I knew he always knew. So, that was kind of sad to me, that, you know, him not knowing. Anyway, I was just checking about that, and if you wouldn't understand my name on the book. What's wrong with the phone? I can't, did she cut out? I mean, is that dead? What's wrong with it? I'm not talking about this though. You need it plugged in. Well, I guess I lost her or something. Is it not loud enough? This. Right here. Now go. This one. Setting. What? You don't want me to go to setting? Swipe it. What? Here. This one. Settings. Off of it. This one is. That. This part. Swipe X. Down. Up. Punch the phone in. Touch one of these. X. Down. Just help me so I can get it over with. I don't know how to help. I gotta go to settings. Swipe it. Is it dead? No. Well, it said 12% earlier, Chris. When I applied finally right here. Again. That one. I don't know. Left. What? Scroll it. The volume off. What? This one. It's one here. Ringtone. Flip it up. Notification. System sound. I can't hear her. She said she's moving something around and I don't know. Okay, it's like she cuts in and out a lot. This one. Right there. All up. Okay, now what, honey? This one. Now color. I'm gonna tell you I have to reprogram my whole phone. It's she's got her voicemail on, right? No. Don't do it. Try again. She seems like she's busy. Should I try back? Should I try again? I don't see her using her voicemail unless she said she. Is it my sound that caused the problem? That's because you had to do the settings. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Chris had to go through the whole button. I had to go through a third step on my volume vibration setting because I had you set at a real low one, and I couldn't. And yet Chris said it fell, so I had to reprogram it with you. I apologize. I don't know. I wouldn't even know how to do it right. So anyway, I just was hoping that she wouldn't mind on Monday. I talked to him like I said, and I've reached out to told her how much I care about him and all. So it keeps fun. It keeps listening. I don't stereo. We're gonna get to talk today. But I know. But I'll just share with you that you feel better and you don't want to tolerate. I'm trying to get a new medication for him. And I'm good. Everything's good. I do feel no vaccination. I did reach out to on her with the vaccination everybody. And I know it's been a tough one to do. I didn't enjoy. Like I said, I didn't know. It looked so good when I saw it and everything. I didn't know it had to do it. Anyway, when this stuff is going to reach out to you, and I hope I find a local speech therapist. I'm just praying. I need to see Patty just a little bit as we plan. It hits through the night with her, and she's good. I hope that Brandon will be good soon. I hope she's doing good in school and well, and as far as I know, but I don't know too much. I don't ask anymore. We just talk to each other, and our school is good. And I just think everything is pretty good as far as I feel about her, about Memphis. It's been about 7 months since I talked to her, and she's not really talk. And there's a new thing going here. And we might watch it. It's a video they had that Corey was doing and talking about it. I want to watch it. She don't watch it. Who's gonna yeah. I thought, yeah, I mean, God sees those things, He's supposed to do it. The version just think all would be, thoughtful on that stuff. But I know the person cares about it. But I thought, I don't know if that's any work that's having to do with sleepovers, or that even makes it too hard. You know, yeah, yes. That's what I thought at first. I thought, thank you. Because at first I thought that would be great, and now I don't. So, thank you for sharing with me. Maybe that's too much, we don't need that much, but I'll be for both of us. Uh, it isn't just, he said it's really, really good because he's sitting, he normal himself and everything. I don't know anything except all the videos that I said on tape was the reason this and all that kind of stuff. You know, it's probably not. But see, it is better. The reason my mother is my mother really likes it. She's really strong. She doesn't believe it. So she just didn't use it. I do not know whether or not it's been with the other boy. It seemed like he did good in school. But I don't talk to him anymore. But I know that the other thing that I heard a lot of people say, he doesn't come across it. I don't know this or what. So anyway, I just there's one issue that she was told that she played it, and so Corey, that she should have a little bit of a live there with her. And I didn't say anything, and it passed a couple of months, and she was, go through those schools and all, and I didn't say anything, but I'm going to ask you again, what she feels. I don't want to get into that. That's hers. And I don't be aware of it. I don't want to do that. That's just not, that's not right. So, it's not good.
What's up?
It bothers me because the point. It was somebody else that was bothering me. I just find out, I'm not going to get into this, but that's, I think I should be bothering myself or something. And he sees that he said, no, she got seriously sick in the past, so, take care of it, and put her in jail for that. He said, I thought it was going to do. Then, but anyway, this is so hard to do, that we got this situation, but, anyway, yes, it's so serious, it's so, it doesn't play good, for me. I don't need something else I can think about, you know. Right, right, that, and, it's just, I think it's better for that, now that everything's quiet here, and things are, certain, I just, I don't see that, and I said, it's fine, why do we have to, so, he said, I understand, or whatever, well, there's nothing I can do about it. He said, pick that correct, 18. Right, so, that you should tell me about, he just needs to do it. I don't know, what the boss is going to do, but I guess it doesn't work. It's just trying to figure out what to do and things like that. Anyway. Right, right, and that's good, it's good, but she seems to like it when it's small town, and she's very lovely. She's very easy to get she's super funny. She knows what she's doing, she takes full advantage of it. I don't know, from that too, I don't know, bring too much up to the one. So, those are the times she always, I don't really get told from people all talk to me, because, that kind of stuff. I have to share sometimes, but I guess it's just a holiday too, so. And I'm trying to do busy, and I really haven't done that much. We've been decorating out here, you know, it's so nice. Well, I was just a little what we do. I thought I did not, I used to have a skill with them. And I'm not sure how to do it. It's hard to do, somehow you do that. Just did the middle, you did the middle, and then slowly fall through. And we just put balls on it, and that's pretty much it. So, and a ring on the door, I didn't do that, but like, there's nobody that want to do all that, but I can even try to do stuff like that anymore, so. It's pretty. I don't. It is, and you know, it's nasty. I don't, it's just a lot, so. There's a lot of crafty, and I feel like it's gonna take the rest of the whole day. We need to say, for sure, we can remember, we say, Shirley, birthday, and there ain't nobody been on public, so, that's, you know, so, but I see it here Thanksgiving, and I'll let you go, I just been sitting there on you, like, Chris, we got some egg rolls, so, the simple thing, have you ever found that? Right. It's a fun site, I'm not ever been there, but he liked their egg rolls, so. Anyway, we're always, Jody told me churches, or Popeyes was all the way down the street and get them on there. So, I'm gonna go there. Yeah, that's why I love the changes here, Joe. I guess I'm using it, so I go like, or like 2:30. I mean, yeah, but that's not on my list, so. Well, I'm glad that we have it. I was surprised, so you gave me one of the spot. But anyway, I can keep it all of you, but I won't, and I'll just talk to you real soon. Uh-huh. Okay, take care of yourself. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. He said, I wouldn't do it. He said, that's gonna make it worse right now. To make a big thing of doing that. You think? He said the Popeyes, if you go at 10:45 there, it's really good. But it's Cajun. Is she calling again? Is it calling? Did I even answer it? I don't know what. Hello? Hello? They check. I don't know where she's at. She's gone. I couldn't hear her on the. We were cutting in and out the whole time. I had to ask you a question just between us. Do you think that they really think that my family talks about me and all that? Are you on money? Huh? I mean, I kind of feel like he thinks, don't you know that they don't care about you? That's how he thinks. Because he just said, F all of you, F them all, you know? No, I just couldn't believe that was what the problem was. It was my stuff, my side. Nothing to do with anything. I mean, if I ever thought didn't think I made them welcome, it bothers me. Oh, crap. These are gonna be good. You can't put these on too long. Can you hear it running already? Right. my Georgia, I put my time on my watch because it's an hour long. What do you want? Yeah. I do. What is it? I can't. Why did I not keep up with my glasses? How come we keep calling each other? She doesn't know either, because her called me back. But is this too much? Does it look too much on the ends?